Hi, I'm Jimmy Chang, and we're here to talk about how to do the partial quotients method in math. Now, the beauty about partial quotients method in math is that you get to use long division, but you get to use just about any number that you could like when it comes to finding the answer. And depending on what numbers you use, you'll eventually get to the right answer. It's just a question of how long it'll take. So we'll do a specific example, and you'll see how the partial quotient methods work. Now, suppose you want to find out 180 divided by 8. So you're going to divide 8 into 180. Now, I'm going to use a number. You could use any number just about, as long as you don't go over. Now, I know 8 goes to 180 more than 10 times, but I'm just going to use the number 10 just as an illustration, and you'll see how this works. Now, just as with long division, you multiply the number that you see here by that. So 10 times 8 is going to give me 80. Now, I'm going to go ahead, just like in long division, I'm going to subtract. So 180 minus 80 is going to give me 100. Now, I know 8 goes into 100 more than 10 times, but again, let's just use 10 for sake of argument. Now, you may be wondering, could I use 8? Could I use 11? As long as the number will not cause you to go over, you could use whatever number that you like. So, I'm going to use 10 just as an illustration again. Now, I'm going to multiply 10 times 8, and as you know, that's going to be 80, so we're going to subtract that again. So 100 minus 80 is going to give me 20. Now, by this point, it's a lot easier to figure out 8 goes into 20 how many times. Now, we know it's going to be twice. Now, if you said once, because you weren't sure, you could use 1 as well. Just keep in mind that you will just be prolonging the problem, but you'll eventually get to the right answer. But since it's reasonable to assume that 8 goes into 20 twice, we're going to go ahead and multiply that. 2 times 8 is going to give me 16, and 20 minus 16 is going to give me 4, and because 4 is less than 8, that's my remainder. But how do you get to the final answer of this? Well, these are what's called partial quotients, because what you do is you're going to add all those numbers that you found, 10 plus 10 plus 2, you're going to have 22. That's actually going to be your quotient, and the last remaining number is going to be your remainder. And so, depending on the numbers you use, it could be a short problem or it could be a long problem, but you'll eventually get to the right answer as well as the remainder. So I'm Jimmy Chang, and that's an introduction to the partial quotients method in math.